David Benavidez defends his perfect fight record against Demetrius Andrade. The victory not only showcased his versatility, but also emphasized his dangerous prowess. Benavidez asserts, "It lets people know I'm very dangerous. It's not just one style I fight in. There's multiple styles I fight in. With this victory, I'm really getting very comfortable there. I'm getting very comfortable with the crowd, very comfortable with everything. This is what I love to do, and I will continue doing this." After enduring even more punishment in round 6, the referee went to the corner and warned Andrade for a second time to fight back, or he's going to end the fight. Andrade said, "I thought overall I did everything I needed to do to get the bigger man off me. David's definitely a hell of a fighter. Nobody was even willing to get in the ring with him. I tried to become a 3-division world champion. That's not far-fetched. David was the man tonight. Congratulations to him and his family. We move on, and we're going to keep pushing." With the win, the hope is to secure a showdown with undisputed super middleweight king Canelo Alvarez in 2024, Benavidez said. "I think I just solidified myself as a dominant force here. I just reminded everyone who the real champion at 168 is. Who wants to see me versus Canelo? I'm going to be the super middleweight champion of the world and a 3-time world champion. Now just give me the fight that we all want to see. Who wants to see Benavidez versus Canelo? Let's get it."
Benavidez versus Canelo. That's what you guys want to see? Let's get it.
Mike Tyson gave Benavidez the nickname the Mexican Monster, and Benavidez lived up to it during the Andrade fight. Mike Tyson also predicted the next fight when the question was asked, "Does he, Benavidez, beat Canelo in your opinion?" Terrence Crawford reacts to David Benavidez's brutal knockout of Demetrius Andrade. "He looked spectacular. He did wonderful. You know, he was A++. He one of the best offensive fighters in the game. I mean, he's just relentless. You know what I mean? It's pressure, but it's smart pressure. You know, he coming behind his jab, he throwing straight punches, he going to the body, going up and down. He just got tightened up a little bit on his defense, but other than that, man, he ready for Canelo."
I still got it at 50-50. Benavidez good, but Canelo is, you know what I mean, great. We just gotta see the fight, man. We all want to see the fight.
Fellow pro fighters are calling for Canelo versus Benavidez to come next, including former title holder Jamel Herring. Herring wrote on X, "Please give that man a Canelo showdown, and don't tell me he doesn't deserve one. We've seen lesser challengers, Cinnamon." Danny, Swift, Garcia, and Shakur Stevenson kept it brief and serious. Garcia wrote on X, "Benavidez is a problem." Stevenson also posted on X, "Dude is a killer for sure." Caleb Plant reacts to David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. By embracing David,
Demetrius Andrade, what do you think about the fight, Caleb? It's a good fight, you know, hats off to them both. And, you know, it's about big names fighting big names. That's what we got.
What did you think about Charlo's comeback fight tonight? What did you think about his performance tonight?
You guys stop, please.
Renowned basketball player Damian Lillard recently took to social media to propose an enticing super bout between Canelo Alvarez and Benavidez. He wrote, "Canelo and David on Cinco de Mayo, gotta happen." One of the best boxing minds, Jeff Mayweather, reacts to David Benavidez, brutal knockout of Demetrius Andrade. "Obviously, I thought it was a good fight. Started out good going back and forth, but Benavidez just overwhelmed me. Once he started catching him overwhelming." Jeff Mayweather also added that Canelo versus Benavidez will not happen. He said,
So obviously, they definitely want Canelo versus David Benavidez. I mean, is that a fight that you want to see and can?
Yes, it's a fight that I would love to see, but we don't know if it's ever going to happen.
And why is that? Just.
Well, I mean, Canelo said he don't want to fight no more.
I mean, is it specifically just for David Benavidez? Because they've been saying that maybe Jaime Munguia might be the.
Jim Lampley reacts to David Benavidez, brutal knockout of Demetrius Andrade. Jim said,
"And you said you suspect he does beat Canelo?"
Listen, I can't say I expect he does beat Canelo.
Right.
Nobody's beaten Canelo. Canelo is a great fighter. Canelo has, up to this moment, an impregnable chin. And he withstood Golovkin's bombs. But I'm not sure he's faced anybody with this kind of firepower. That was stunning.
Thank you, Jim.
Further, he added that he thinks that David can beat Canelo. Jim stated, "So at the end of the day, I want to see him fight Canelo, and if he can beat Canelo the way I suspect he can. I can't say I expect he does beat Canelo. Nobody's beaten Canelo. Canelo is a great fighter. Canelo has, up to this moment, an impregnable chin and he stood goosebump. But I'm not sure he's faced anybody with this kind of firepower. That was stunning." In the aftermath of his impressive victory over Demetrius Andrade, David Benavidez candidly acknowledged his current standing on the pound-for-pound list. He humbly stated, "I don't think I've done enough to make it on the pound-for-pound list, but I will definitely get there. A lot of people said he's going to be too much, too this, blah blah blah. I know how to go in there and find victory." David Benavidez calls out Canelo after stopping Demetrius Andrade in the after-fight press conference.
I got 3 WBC belts right here. I'm the best in the division. If they want to give me an opportunity now or later, I'm gonna keep winning. You know, like I said, I'm gonna be the greatest in my generation by the time I'm done. And my job is not complete until I make that happen. For Canelo and everybody else, it just shows everybody I'm not around. I'm here to stay. I just look at the facts. You know, the people want to see this fight more than Carlos Adames and Charlo. You know, that's why that fight hasn't happened. But for me and Canelo, we have motion. You know what I mean? I've been winning the fights I'm supposed to win in fantastic fashion. He has nobody else to fight. You know what I mean? So if they want to give it to me now, later, whenever, I'm not going nowhere.
Canelo Alvarez has received criticism from David Benavidez for a while now. Canelo denies Benavidez and his supporters' assertions that he is trying to avoid the fight. Alvarez told The Breakfast Club, "Everybody says the same thing all my life. When I fight with Austin Trout, they say I'm ducking. Trout, when I fight other fighters, they say I'm ducking. Gennady Golovkin, I'm ducking Arislandi Lara and everything. Every time I beat every single fighter, they say, okay, I have this other fighter. They find somebody else." Caleb Plant is more qualified than most when it comes to breaking down Saul Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez, and now he has compared the power of both men. Speaking on the Last Stand podcast, Plant was asked who he would favor in a fight between Canelo and Benavidez. He stated, "I mean, they got 2 different styles. Styles make fights, and it'd be interesting to see. I think Canelo, he got more pop. I'm not saying David doesn't, but Canelo got more pop. David's a bigger guy, he puts more punches together, but you'd really just have to let the bell ring and let those guys up and see how the fight went. They're both really good fighters, so who knows, but I'd be excited to see that." Eddie says Benavidez has nothing that Canelo wants in terms of titles, which he's focused on right now. Eddie Hearn stated, "David Benavidez is a great fighter, but he hasn't got anything that Canelo Alvarez wants. If you look at what Canelo has done in the last year and a half, he's consistently fought champions. Canelo had a mandatory that he had to take, but he boxed Daniel Jacobs, the world middleweight champion. He boxed Sergey Kovalev, the light heavyweight world champion, and then he said to himself, I want to be undisputed. Canelo boxed Callum Smith, the #1 in the 168 Libiam division, the Ring Magazine champ. Then he boxed Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO world champion. Then he boxed Caleb Plant. He did it in a year. So it has to be a fighter that motivates him, or there's a reason behind it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.